What's up, guys? Welcome to Kaluan Mufflers. Tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of playing the Valiant or some other exhaust system on another car, we're going to play with the dirty old Landcruiser. This is my 1992 or 380 series. I can't remember what year this POS is. This car is a horrible, horrible motor vehicle. Every time I go near it, it tends to cost me money. So anyway, let's go play with it a little bit. Hopefully going up the beach, up Double Island Point tomorrow. So there's a few things I really need to address before we try and hit the beach in this thing. So let me run you through this horrible car and we'll bring you up to speed. So it is a 92 or 93 80 series Landcruiser. It looks blue right there, but trust me, it's green. No, it still looks blue. Trust me, it is definitely green. I'm just going to try and tackle an exhaust leak on the manifold. This car is it's a bane of my existence, this car. The previous engine had a whole bunch of issues, done 500,000 Ks and just generally had problems that wouldn't bugger off. So I picked up for $1,000 a rebuilt engine that had done 100,000 kilometers, and earlier this year that engine went into this car. So that engine does run better, but my God, does it leak oil from anywhere that oil could be leaked from. I'm not tackling those dramas tonight. The oil leaks that this thing has, well, they're just not happening. They're rust-proofing the car right now. But I'm going to fix the exhaust leak. I might do a service on it. It desperately needs a starter motor. I do have one. So we'll see how that goes. It's got a power steering leak. I did put a new radiator in it just recently, but so that part's cool. So anyways, get this apart. Alright, it has lured me into a false sense of security. There's 4 bolts up there, or 4 studs with 4 nuts, and those gaskets in between that and the manifold are leaking. And they never ever come apart. Like, they are just the most horrible bolt to get undone just about every time. And they came off with such ease, it is disturbing. So I'm just going to release this bracket on the side of the gearbox and hopefully drop that down. Should get enough movement out of the rest of the exhaust over here. The exhaust in this car is bad. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. And we'll try and get some gaskets in there and solve one issue, which would be very nice to not have the hideous exhaust leak this car. Just drop that down enough to get access, and yeah, it's got gaskets. Front one looks like it might have been alright, but you can see that rear one there is totally burnt out. I'll grab it out and we'll have a little look at it.
And we needed to pick ourselves up.
Alright, this is the offender here. These are a multi-layered rolled type arrangement. You can see how burnt out that fellow is. This front one here was leaking, but isn't too bad. And this is what they're meant to look like. So that's that one. That is that one. I'm going to put 2 new ones of those in there with a large amount of silicone so that she seals properly, and by God, this thing has been bugging me for a couple of years, I'll actually have fixed. Right, there's our new gaskets laid up. Plenty of silicone on them. It's kind of the trick to these. When they're new, it's obviously not an issue. Toyota got away with it for a lot of years, but when they get a bit of age on it like this and I can't clean up inside there properly without dropping the entire exhaust system, which is definitely not happening tonight. Silicone goes a long way. It's high temp. It'll help the whole thing bond back together. So I'll put this car back up in the air, get under there and run those nuts back up, put some new nuts on those studs. Hopefully cross this off the list. Okay, we got 4 new nuts here. I like to use a nice flange nut. They'll lock in there a bit better. Purchase a tad nicer. So that's them. They're an M10 by 1.25, and some anti-seize here, which is just going to not only help them go home better, so the 2 metal faces don't bind. There's a good chance they'll come apart again in the future too. Well, I'm satisfied with that repair. It's all good. Bolts back in, braced it up. The starter motor, on the other hand, is all the way up in there. So bolt on top you can just kind of see, and then there's that bolt there, and that gets the starter out. Might do an oil change, and I don't know. It still starts. It's just really lazy. Like, it's just, you can tell soon it's not going to start. So I don't know. See if I can find a wobble drive and some enthusiasm to change it. We'll see. See what the chances are of just reaching in here and getting the oil filter off. The big sucker too. No. That's definitely not going to work. I need to find a tool. We're at an exhaust shop. Tools like a filter removing tool is not something that is like plentiful around here. I can't remember the last time I did an oil change in this car. I don't know. I may have never actually done one. May have. Surely I did. I've had it 3 years. You think someone would have changed oil in 3 years, right? Why is this so hard to access? Come on, Toyota. That tool's no good. It was ambitious. It is kind of huge. I just thought maybe when it wrapped, it does. This one's smaller. It's just not very accessible. One of those N ones that grabs and rotates with a ratchet would be good. Anyway, I don't have that. Should buy one. Come on, little guy. Be nice. Oh yeah. It just doesn't go in there. We got it. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is really... How badly do I want to change the oil? It's got plenty of it. For a car that leaks a lot of oil, it's got lots of oil in it. Come on. Come on. Grab on there. Alright, grab on there. Come on, please. Come on, that's your one. Yeah. Good God. How tight is it? You have to go from the underside and get some leverage. That's stupidly tight. Well, there's the oil filter off. I don't know. Doesn't look like it's been good. I think it's been there a while. This is definitely a good idea. If we're doing a high tide run, 'cause it's a 9 o'clock high tide tomorrow and we'll be hitting the beach about 10, some fresh oil will be good for this old girl. Assuming we're changing oil, let's talk about it. This is my oil of choice. It is Titan Truck Plus 15W40 by Fuchs. I have used Fuchs oils for 20 odd years. The local dealer here, Oil Away, Greg, awesome dude to deal with. Knows lots of knowledge about which oil is best for which car, and if you've got a specialised application, he's all over that jazz too. But I've always had beach going vehicles and pushed them really hard. I don't get bothered by a high tide run. If I'm going to the beach, man, I don't care what the tide is, I'm damn well going. So I need some good oils in my engine and my gearbox and my diffs and everything to keep it really, good whilst we're pushing up. So that's what we're running with here. And I pretty much believe you can stick 1540 in just about any engine. Seems to be always good. Oil filter, it's a Repco one. I went in there and said, I want the cheapest, nastiest filter. And they came out with their own brand Repco one, and she said, it's the cheapest, but it's far from the nastiest. So that's confidence. So that'll go back on there. I'll pre-fill it and wet the O-ring, jam him on down there, and we'll drop the oil out of the engine and see what it looks like. Alright, let's see what we've got in here. Now, I remember this to Landcruiser, I just bought it, and I drained like 2 litres out of the poor thing. Little 3F60 series. Ready? Oh, not quite. Ready? 1, 2. Whoa! Where are we there? It's been a while since an oil change, but it's not that bad, really. It's average. We'll call it really average, and definitely needed doing. So let's rip that out, put some nice new stuff in her. Well, we seem to have a fairly full sump there, which is nice. Colour is not overly desirable. Viscosity feels alright. Smells strongly of petrol. It's not too bad though. Definitely overdue, but tell you what, because I didn't even change the oil, by the way. That's probably why I'm saying the way I am. I didn't change the oil when I got this engine. I was just in such a rush at the beginning of the year before COVID hit. I got the engine, brought it home on a trailer, and I got one of the local guys here to swap it in for me. He had it done in like no time flat. I said, just put it in. I'm going camping. This is my year. It was a beautiful summer. Everything was going to happen. Like, let's just get the engine in, man. If it leaks oil, we'll deal with it, some other time. Fortunately, then COVID hit, and I really haven't done much with the vehicle since either. Camping and everything's just opened up a couple of weeks ago, and Double Island day permits are now back, so That's why I thought I'd just dust her off and take her for a bit of a burn. Well, the oil's all back in, that part's all good. This little fellow was dangling, so I did the right thing and put some cable ties on that. That way it doesn't drag in the sand and get torn off. I have to rewire it, that would be annoying. I think that's it for tonight. Load some gear in the back and let's hit the beach tomorrow morning. Oh, I don't know if we're going to fit on this one. This is us guys, we're finally getting there. It's been a long morning. I reckon there's room. I don't know if there's room for us behind that cruiser. Yeah, he's going to wave us in. We're going! Oh, I won't drop the phone. It's a barge race. Oh, hang on. That one's not moving. I guess he won then.
Right now we're on the beach.
We are running late, but we are on the beach, and it is a just significantly beautiful day today. Look at this joint. When we go in the water, we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to cross over to the other side.
And then we're going to see Anthony.
And then we'll see Anthony. Watch out for this guy on the bike. He is
Cool and that's that crazy.
Is that crazy? Nah, he's just a cool dude riding his bike. Alright, we're going to punch up the beach for a bit. Oh, there's a nice gutter here. Look at that. We've hit the beach at the right tide too. It's lunchtime, so it's a bit later than we would have liked, but hey. We have finally made it. Beach was awesome. Nice low tide. Running late sort of made that easier for us. Check it out. God, it's been too long since I've been here. Now, there's a small chance we may be able to find Anthony. Oh, there's another car. But, nonetheless, we'll work that out next. I don't even know where he is. We might try calling. Oh God, it's good to be here. Well, here we are. We made it. Double Island Point. And it is one spectacular day. The mighty Landcruiser did alright. It is leaking oil pretty badly. The fixing those two gaskets fixed its fuel consumption issue. That was definitely an issue, which I didn't put much merit into, but it really did help it. So that's her. Boys just having a play. This is a bit of a trial run, but you can't do a trial run without snags and onions. What do you reckon, big guy?
Yeah, good.
Excellent. So yeah, we're just going to settle in, have some lunch, and we'll motor on back down. Call this a win. Hope it starts. Tell you what, this gas mate is a absolute ripper. Look at it go. I've never had a twin plate one. That is everything and then some. What a cool bit of kit. Snags. Well, that's it guys. We're going to call the dirty old Landcruiser a success. The new engine's definitely good, so she's a goer now. Check this place out, would you? Oh yeah. What a day for it. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to jump back in the truck. Hopefully it starts. That starter motor's got like no life left in it. But we'll get one more go out of it. I'll replace that starter during the week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow us for the next video. Look forward to it. So this kind of happened coming back down the beach. You can hear us running badly. That can't be good. And then but it's not overheating. I've just checked the radiator. Not the radiator, the oil cap, and I've got white all on the top of the oil cap. So I think we've done a head gasket. And it's yeah, well, that could be the end of the cruiser. This is the second engine in this car, and this one's got issues too. Might be time to bin this car. Here's adding to the dilemma. We've got slow burning traffic here waiting for the barge. We've still got the whole smoky issue, which means we're chomping through coolant, and the gauge is just starting to climb, which means we must be running out of coolant. This isn't good, not gonna lie. This could be a sunglasses.
What?
We need a product called Chemi Weld, which may be down here. Come on, Dash. Stay with me. Where are we? Stop leak, concentrate, fuel system. God, this is for everything. Guys, back here, please. That's us there. I think Chemi Weld's one we're going to go with. What do we got here? 10-minute radiator flush. Nope. Repairs cracks in automotive cylinder heads and blocks. Well, let's dump 2 cans of that. Alright, here we are. 2 bottles of Chemi Weld. Some demineralized water. Look at that. It's a bit fancy. I don't know if you can hear that bubbling, but it's bubbling profusely. Well, I guess this engine sat around for too long and the old egg gasket just didn't have it in it. It's funny, I really didn't expect that to happen. This engine, I bought this engine done under 100,000 Ks. It had full receipts for everything. Cylinder head overhaul, block grind, the whole 9 yards. This is meant to be a really good engine, and it was not. Not at all. So, I am going to deal with this issue. I think we need a new car. That may be the next thing we do. Anyways, I'll wait for that to stop bubbling. And as soon as that stops bubbling, I can undo the cap. We'll Chemi Weld it. I'll leave the cap off probably to drive home. What a piece of shit. This is really not going well, and it was such a nice day. Bit of a plug for Super Cheap, thanks to these guys. It's Sunday afternoon and they're still open. Got my supplies, so we'll cut for it. Well, that's 2 things of Chemi Weld in there. Brought it back up with some water. Still got a wicked misfire and smoking badly. I don't know, Mr. Goss Chemi Weld people. Could be great advertising for you. Or it could be a total failure and this engine's just too far past. I guess we'll find out soon. It's clearing all those little bubbles out. It says on the thing, just put the lid back on and drive, but my previous experience with blown head gaskets, if you take the cap off, this piece here, and then it can still go on to secure the hole so you don't lose coolant out of it, you can actually drive them for a really long time. As long as they can get rid of all the little bubbles, they won't overheat and overpressurize the system. But I'll let it eat on that for a minute. Oh, okay, that's yeah, right. That's bad. That's really quite bad. Yep, not good. Okay, all right. Now I've become an environmental hazard. This means I found a hot bit. Alright. Well, I don't want to jinx this thing, but we're not overheating right now. We're running a bit hotter than what we were, but we're officially not overheating. I tried doing it the first time and it just freaking geysered water everywhere. So then I filled it back up again and quickly screwed the cap on, jumped in and started driving, and that seems to have done the trick. I'd say that block was just too hot to accept water. I tried feeding in slowly, but I guess not slowly enough. Anyway, this is good news. We're not on a tilt tray. Time to get it back to the workshop, and I think we might need to go car shopping and get something else. Well, it made it back to the workshop. The old Chemi Weld works, guys. 2 bottles worth, which is lucky because I think I spewed most of the first one out. But there you go. For the second time to sign this video off, and I'm definitely done this time because we're home and I'm getting rid of that car. I think the next video might be going to get a new car. But to find that out, you'll have to tune in for next time. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.